The morning began like any other. Birds chirped softly outside the classroom windows, and students exchanged sleepy murmurs while the teacher droned on. But he felt it, an unsettling tension in the air, something wrong but just out of reach. Then it happened. A scream shattered the mundane calm, followed by the sound of chaos erupting outside. He darted to the window, his heart pounding. What he saw turned his blood cold. People running, screaming, and something else. Figures moving unnaturally, attacking without hesitation.
What was happening to the world?
The campus erupted into panic as the threat grew closer. Without warning, the barriers of normalcy shattered entirely. One of the shambling figures, grotesque, unrecognizable as human, appeared in the courtyard. Its eyes were lifeless, yet it moved with a chilling hunger. A teacher tried to intervene, shouting for everyone to stay calm, but the creature lunged, blood sprayed, and all hope of order was lost. He knew he couldn't stand still. He grabbed the hand of the person closest to him, a friend, a classmate, and they bolted. His instincts screamed, "Survive!" They barely made it to the rooftop, slamming the door shut behind them. The sounds of chaos were muffled now, but the terror was far from over. A small group had already gathered there, students just like him, but all wearing the same haunted expressions. Among them was someone he'd barely spoken to before, a girl whose confidence radiated even in the face of danger. She carried a weapon she clearly knew how to use. "What's going on?" he gasped, his voice shaking. "Whatever it is," she said, her eyes narrowing as she scanned the horizon, "it's not stopping. If you want to live, you'll have to fight." The rooftop wasn't safe for long. Supplies were limited, and the sounds of those, things grew louder by the minute. The group decided to move, scavenging what they could and forming a plan to escape the campus. But as they made their way through the hallways, they witnessed horrors that shattered any illusion of safety. Classmates they once knew had become unrecognizable, attacking anything that moved. The air reeked of blood and decay, and every creak of the floorboards made their hearts race. How did it come to this? He wondered aloud. How did the world fall apart so quickly? The journey out of the school wasn't without cost. They lost people, friends, along the way. Every corner they turned felt like a gamble with death. He wasn't a fighter by nature, but something inside him snapped as they were ambushed near the gym. In a desperate attempt to save someone he cared about, he grabbed a blunt object and fought back. The act of violence felt alien, but necessary. "You're stronger than you think," the girl with the weapon told him afterward, her voice steady despite everything. But he couldn't shake the blood from his hands or the question weighing on his mind. How far would he have to go to survive? When they finally broke free of the school grounds, a harsh reality awaited them. The city was no better. Fires burned unchecked, cars were abandoned in the streets, and the creatures were everywhere. But the chaos wasn't just physical, it was psychological. The group began to fracture under the pressure. Arguments broke out over their next move: find a safe haven or keep moving, trust each other or rely on no one. The tension was unbearable. But he realized something. In this new world, survival wasn't just about fighting the enemy. It was about keeping the group together or losing everything. Amid the ruins of the city, they stumbled upon an abandoned shop. For the first time in what felt like forever, there was quiet. They used the moment to patch up injuries, rest, and gather their thoughts. As he stood watch by the broken window, he noticed something strange in the distance. A group of people, not like the mindless attackers, moving with purpose and organization. Were they survivors like him, or something worse? He debated whether to alert the others. Was this the help they desperately needed, or a trap that could end them all? In the brief moments of calm, he reflected on the person he used to be. Just a student with ordinary dreams, ordinary problems. Now he was a survivor, a fighter, and the world he once knew was gone forever. He turned to the girl with the weapon, whose leadership had kept them alive so far. "Do you think there's any way back to the way things were?" he asked. She hesitated before replying. "I don't know, but we have to keep moving forward or none of it will matter." Her words rang true, but the doubt lingered. Was there still a future worth fighting for? The group agreed to investigate the people they'd seen earlier, hoping for allies but bracing for betrayal. As they approached the strangers, the tension was palpable. Weapons were drawn on both sides, and every move felt like it could spark violence. "Who are you?" someone from their group demanded. The leader of the strangers stepped forward, calm and collected. "We're survivors, just like you. But in this world, trust isn't free." The words hung in the air, and he knew this moment would define their next steps. Could they risk trusting others, or would it lead to their downfall?